I need to mix practicality with my esoteric legendary. Y'all don't understand. I can see how to build a movement. Please comment, like the video if anything I said inspired a positive emotion inside you. If seeing me run through the woods made you feel a little bit better about your own life, don't you think the entire world could take value from that? What about the other week when I got pinned to the ground by an evil supernatural force? And then when I was explaining about Moloch the owl, an owl flew over my head on the tree. Don't you think if I said that publicly, they might hurt me? But I called my childhood hero, impressed him. I was in a bad mood because his peon that handles the calls with clients said this isn't a good fit for you. Because I was explaining that the birds are getting closer and that I want to make sure it's a meaningful decision and I don't want to ruin my timeline by interjecting their spiritual network. I don't want to be ritualistically sacrificed like I have in the past. And I want help with overwhelming emotions. And he said, he seemed a little, he was helping rope God out of me in a way that meant more like he would, instead of like the typical energy vampires. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was more trying to get me to focus. But it was hard, it was difficult, man. But I dropped a lot of stuff. I said out loud some knowledge that triggered his sensor, but he was trained to tune it out. And then he hung up on me. And I was like, I'm probably gonna kill myself, man. This was my last hope to find somebody that understands, because nobody is on my type of time. I feel alone. I get pretty close to killing myself sometimes. And he hung up. So I called the guy directly. He's a multi-millionaire. He does this entire thing. He had the biggest parties in Los Angeles at one point where all the famous stars would go, and he had to pay the police precinct $30,000 a party to make them stop, and they would still show up sometimes and ask for more. Can you imagine that type of money, what they've seen? And I talked to him directly. And he had just had a 10-hour seminar, so I was able to outshine him. He didn't have his natural light, because he had been processing it all day, talking to people. So then I came in, an ancient Celtic badass warrior, Native American god, Sarnanos incarnate, the bridge between humanity and nature, which Owen loves nature. That's all he talks about, is that he wants to get rich enough that he never has to come back again, and he just does it for fun, which he already is, but he feels like he has to save the world, so he keeps going. His 10-year-old autistic son, which goes to the best school in the country, and he's top of his class, is leading seminars because Owen taught him so perfectly. And I said things that he didn't know. I had knowledge and information that he'd never even considered, because where he spent his whole life walking through cities and trying to figure out how the cities work and escaping the matrix one step at a time, I was born angry and ready to fight. And I saw how simple everything was, so I was just happy and skipping and sitting in the woods by myself, imagining bears walking with me. So I know there's another level of emotional complexity that I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of intimacy. I don't understand the game. I don't give a fuck about the game. I came to rip this bitch to shreds. Until you walk 10 steps in my shoes, don't ever tell me I need meds. I think my girlfriend working for the feds, she only hit me up when I'm winning, and I'm blessed. I guarantee I could lead you all to a life with no stress, but you gotta learn how to clean up your fucking mess. You heard me? But that's just arrogance. God appointed confidence, probably. So he did not open the gates for me to let me run in. He said, If you only have $180, come to our free tours, man. You could follow us. We do it. He's saying go sit in a room with 100 sweaty incel losers that need daddy to tell them how to save their life. And then come with us to the next one and the next one. They're free, which is cool. And I bet I'd meet a lot of people. But I came to lead us to victory. I'm a shooting star. I'm a rocket guided forward, leading a stampede behind me. I should be leading the seminars. I want you all to take a deep breath. I want you guys to let go. I want you to stimulate your mind, stimulate your brain by imagining the Higgs boson, the smallest particle in the universe. And like a fizz, shake it up. Then raise your awareness to your hair. Feel your hair. Feel the electricity and presence move down into your skin and your fingers, into your hand. Let it sit with your hand. Now move it to the other one. Now feel the pressure of your hands touching together. That's electromagnetism. Set your hair and heart ablaze with the fiery element of pure passion and creation. Walk with the determination that nothing can stand in your way. You have everything you need to get the job done. And all I ask is some financial assistance. I'm talking about one of the most legendary people on the planet, meeting another legendary person on the planet. And all I need is $5,000 ASAP. $5,000. And then I have access to the best of the best in the world. I could call Southern Maine Towing right now. I guess they have a reality TV show. And I'll stomp through for a season. I just need to learn about energy vampires. And how to maintain focus when I've been ritualistically sacrificed by demons. And this guy publicly talks about it to hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people he talks to about this stuff. And he seems like he's fighting the good fight, even though when I talk to him, he seems like it's all fake. And he talks like a humble loser. But he had been talking for 12 hours. So he was tired and old, and he's in a wheelchair in a ski accident. And I should have said my dad was the best ski instructor in the state of Vermont. But it is what it is. We don't have a lot of time. So it's time to let the bear lion out of the cage. Right? Unless I'm supposed to live a simple life and just impress my girlfriends, my ex-girlfriends. But I got the shooting star. I got the shooting star as soon as I felt the militant discipline to go on the mission. As soon as I felt like I was Casey Francis O'Brien again. I felt like I was my real soul. And you have no idea what that's like. I was carrying like a chair over my shoulder. That's why I like to carry heavy things long distances. I was carrying the chair back, and I had to go past my gang stalkers, the literal incarnate of the devil sent to attack me. I had to move through after they just openly attacked me before several times, where I've been thrown on the ground and tortured and traumatized when I got to a much less meaningful breakthrough than this. But I'm so ready. I'm just worried it's gonna be like Detroit Become Human, the video game where at the end of it, Connor, which is the main character of the TV show I'm working on, his name is Connor. I wanted my son's name to be Connor. Connor is a robot that becomes sentient and wakes up. Then he goes to wake up the others, but he realized that the woman, like this person that he's talking to in his imagination, is actually some type of evil entity, and she tries to take over him to have him wake up all the robots to overtake and destroy humanity in a transhumanist agenda. And that's a video game that children play. So I'm changing my network. Park and ride with you by my side. Colors light up the night like the 4th of July. I can feel their spirits hovering over me. It's probably an AI or a demon, but it's guiding my decisions, making me feel encased as I'm circling around. We're gonna go to 12 minutes. No, we're gonna go to 15 minutes. So what can I... Regardless, I have to do it. And if I don't and I give up, I feel like universally I'll be fine. Oh, but a beam of light just said I won't. This is what I came here to do. I'm an Irish, ancient Egyptian black and gold legend. I was just trying to have in-depth emotion and experience the true nature of life by putting all the pieces together to feel complete. And to make something the most meaningful. But I also feel like there's this raging fire inside of me running wild to run with everybody in a stampede and a charge to their best tomorrow. And then I try to do it and I realize they all suck. In the past, I realized everyone is meaningless and it sucks. But at least with this guy, he's one of the richest men in the world. If I could impress him and become a legend in his eyes, which I already am and I already see it. Because that's really what Casey wants us to experience everything. He's had enough heartbreak. He's had enough of the fake matrix. And he's ready to take action on his life forever. So why not entrust that by tying himself in an experience with someone else that has all the keys to level him up to be even better? Because there might be a sinister agenda. That's what I'm worried about, is the sinister agenda. That's what I'm afraid of. Where the owl blocked out the sun on a live stream. And there's a government force that's bigger than we can fathom that monitors us with an artificial intelligence from space. And the CIA can shoot blow darts that give you heart attacks. Now they can trigger it remotely. My mom had a spiritual breakthrough and had 3 heart attacks in one night. I had a spiritual breakthrough and got attacked by a stranger. My dad had a heart attack right in front of me once. They have heart attack weapons, bro. But I'm done with the identity that I'm suffering. I am suffering. But I also barely feel like I'm here. And I want to experience a complete love. I'm tired of being tortured by voices in my head that suddenly seem to disappear in moments like these. But maybe that guy just siphoned my life, and maybe they're trained to do it. But maybe it'll all work out, man. Casey's known to push it to the limit. Casey wants to clean his shack, he wants to watch some YouTube videos, clean his shack, rake this, build his deck, maybe on a live stream. Where I talk and share my thoughts. I have full charge. Wish I had a cigarette. If you guys are watching this and you fully believe that you're a wholehearted soul, you're conscious. Do you see how the crow's cawing on the left? To tell me don't talk about it. Now the birds are screaming on the right. If you guys are really here and you're a conscious entity that can make decisions and use common sense and wake up to different levels of reality without overindulging and deluding yourself, if you're here and you love each other and you have a heart, you know, God makes everybody differently. So I'm not going to judge you for falling into like what I call groupthink, because we're just made to live in different realms. I'm exalted on top of the hill. Maybe you guys aren't meant to have this unfathomable level of information that used to make me so paranoid and paralyzed I couldn't move for days. And my environment would attack me and teach me things, like the birds would come in to help me based on my energetic stimuli. Because I'm the embodiment of Jesus Christ? No, I'm Casey. Jesus was Aquarius. Jesus was Jesus was Pisces. In the age of Pisces, where you have to believe. You have to believe in God. You have to believe in Christ. Religion, the Christianity is all about believing. Aquarius is knowing. And I'm Casey Francis O'Brien, the Sagittarius Aquarius, the wild Aquarius, bro, the wild fucking force. I'm galloping like a horse. And all I want to do is bum rush right into Taylor Grace's house, pick her up, and give her a big kiss. I just want to... The God of the Wild is the horniest God on earth, bro. Like, if I'm the wild man, if I'm the incarnate of Sarnanos, I really wanted to be a porn star growing up. It would make sense why that's a huge part of my attacks, is that they tried to emasculate me in the transmission. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just afraid of my own thoughts, because I can inherit all these people's different personalities and connect them to myself and play them like violin chords, like violin strings. And then my thoughts, the actions that I do with my thoughts, those people, even if they betrayed me, they live out the meaningful experience that I created. Do you understand? But this is me being afraid to wake up. But I asked if I was on the right path. I just asked for a shooting star and I got one. And it was right over the cabin. So I'm asking if you can, anything that comes to me will be returned to you exponentially. Anything that can help me on my mission. Please, one, if you're a conscious entity and you're real and you're here, because we're all here. If you guys are here still, and you're unhappy with the way the world is and you want it to change, drop a like, comment, or maybe don't, because that might reveal you. And I put myself in the spotlight because I can do it. And I love all of you with as much as I can. And I see you all as action figures. I see your lives like dollhouses. And I try to make things better, and I try to find the perfect way to make it better without ruining your experience by taking over. That's called compassion and respect. I try to piece together the common denominator from everything I learned because I'm constantly feeling overwhelmed. And I never know what's real. So I piece together what I have, but yeah, I'm ranting. That guy wanted me to connect to God. The voices in my head are telling me I dropped the ball and failed the mission. Something tells me that's not true. If I keep going, I can't lose. I don't want to live in a mundane reality. I don't want to look back and see that my life was worthless and wasted. And I'm tired of being in love with the people that hurt me. And sometimes I think that all of them are designed to shit on me. When I look at their phone, I look at their photos, I look at the things that they say, the things that come out of their mind. When I talk to people, the things that their mind says, spews out at me. If you think about it in terms of I'm connected to the infinite, I'm like Jesus, or I'm with Jesus. Maybe I'm integrated with Jesus Christ consciousness, or I am. That's another spiritual teacher just came through. His style, his face, and his energy is speaking through me now. But I'm guiding, like it's still my information, but the style changes, like the weather on this mountain. You heard me? So the weather changes, but the mountain, I'm still the mountain. So even though I'll take in somebody's signal and their style. Oh my God. These are all mating calls, bro. All these birds are saying, I'm horny, I'm horny, I'm horny, fuck me. Are we fucking today? Fuck, 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 fuck. And then they say, stop fucking thinking, Casey. Get back in your cave. I don't know what to do. I don't think they're real, bro. Okay. Okay. Voices are saying it had to happen. It's a formative experience and I should lay down and eat some food. I need 5K. June is what, 2 weeks away and I need 5K? Don't tell me good luck. Don't tell me good luck, man. They won't understand until it's too late. I carry a love very few will understand. And if I could have something on my gravestone, it would be the best art is what you have to care about to understand. And that would be my motto, and my other motto would be make it happen. Casey O'Brien's motto, make it happen. And the best art is when you have to care about to understand. I invented both of those. How the fuck do I get 5K? I have to ask for help. Isn't that crazy? Do you remember? You remember. Something said, I'm the king of this earth, and beamed in the back of my head. And my first response was, isn't that what the devil's job is? Isn't the devil the king of this earth? The people I want to be famous become famous. Am I a god? Why do I have this privilege? Because I cared enough to understand. I was selfless. I was articulate. I was passionate. I was inquisitive. I was curious. I was friendly. I was nice. I was kind. I was emotionless. I was emotional. I was fighting for a better tomorrow. I am fighting for a better tomorrow still. Wait. Come on. I'm a tree. Oh. When I share, it develops my personality. You have to stay quiet. Or not. Is this who I really am? Why do they seem hateful? I said, as soon as I got on the call with my childhood hero, I said, I've been watching you since I was 13. If I didn't have you, I'd be nothing. I needed you. You were my light in the darkness. You were my teacher. You were God's gift to me. And he said, I'm going to think about that I'm going to process that while I go to sleep. I'm going to think about that for a while. And then at the end of it, when he said, hope you get $5,000, bro, or come to the free tour. And I said, I'll be there. And he said, amazing. And then I hung up. And I wanted to text him before he went to bed and said, I asked for a shoot. Just to let you know, I asked for a shooting star and I got one immediately. But I've been through so much. But the spiritual wealth I create is extremely valuable. Every day's a party when you're Casey St. Francis O'Brien, son of Gary the Legend O'Brien, the Leo Libra. Don't call me a quitter. We have to do the math. 5 weeks. 5 weeks of working 12-hour days. Asking for money online. Making content that lets you tag. That's the best form of Casey possible. And the crow doesn't like it. I'm thinking about leading an army to victory, and the crows are encroaching to let me know that they will infect me with the negativity. But I totally might have been Neuralinked in Miami when I went to meet Aaron Alexander, and he told me to kill myself when I had awake paralysis, and I felt myself being locked up, and my spirit essence left me, and I got stuck being the traumatized kid at the base level of my core. He saw my 6-year-old self with no parents. He said, "Kill yourself." He stomped Aaron Alexander the Great, this fat Gemini, stopped into his Airbnb bedroom and closed it, leaving me in the living room. So I walked alone, and I met some type of dark wizard that revealed to me that you met me because you failed. If you had succeeded in your mission, coming to Miami, you wouldn't have met me. And then I felt my entire soul leave my body, and then I felt refreshed like a child. And he said, "I just stole all your water, and I gave you new water. I didn't have to, but I did." And then I passed out in a pile of dog shit, woke up, and was kidnapped by the police against my will and taken to a mental institution right on South Beach, where I fought an Anunnaki, a giant black guy that tried to kill me, and he choked me out, but I fought him, and I psychically taught him some type of love and compassion when he was living in pain. And there was somebody named Connor that stayed at the end, which is what I want to name my son, and him and I worked together. He still tried to steal my energy. When I got into the Miami hospital, I passed out again, and I had this dream I was in hell, and there was demons around me, and it was red and scared, and I had no one that I loved to call, and I was alone, and I was terrified, and I felt like I was going to be trapped forever, and it was heartbreaking. And then I woke up, and the woman was in the corner of the room singing, "Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you," as I woke up. And then there was a girl sitting in the room next to me, and a guy went to say hi to her, and he said, "Sorry, I'm a sex addict. I see you as an object, and I need help." Which is, I went to Miami to get bitches. And I want to meet Owen because he was very important in my spiritual journey. And I feel like he has keys that I don't have. Even though when I talked to him, he seemed mundane. And he spoke with the same cadence and algorithm as the demons and said he wanted to come to Vermont and see it. And then I said something that blew his mind. I gave him a eureka moment when he said something demonic. I just had a feeling that My energy is so rare. Who do you know that talks like this? I just had a feeling that my energy was so rare, he would have recognized that, even though he had just spoken for 5 hours. And on the call, it was all just people trying to do energy battles and tell him they loved him and receive the energy in the spirit realm. They were playing a sex game, and they were using my boyish. I was the vessel that they were trying to steal from. They were trying to take it from me, because as I felt like I lost it, they started to party and get happier, which happened in Miami too, where I got stuck in all these guys that turned out to be like pickup artist sex traffickers. I felt my love get ripped out, and then they all started screaming and partying, and I felt empty and lifeless. And then the same thing happened in West Virginia, where I felt like my energy got ripped out and spread to a bunch of people. And then my abuser, Frank, told me that he had eaten my soul and that he was me, and then he left. And I felt lifeless and alone. And I've been working since to try to get myself back after it keeps happening cyclically. Every time I go on my mission, and I'm on my mission right now. But how am I supposed to find love if I'm not being myself? And I feel like being myself is leading an army to victory, blazing a fiery trail, and then making an amazing album, music videos, and animated TV show. I document on a live stream, and then I make it my favorite show afterwards. And then I settle with a beautiful wife and children. And I have my own wildlife rehabilitation center where I can sit with bear cats and bears and deer. And I can let them be free without worry of interference. And I can protect something like this. And I could go around the country protecting parks from AI. So if any of that is nice to you and it's meaningful, in order for me to start that mission, I have to take the first step out. And I have to let the wildfire loose. Don't give up on me, God. Don't give up on me, please. Why do I feel like they're upset with me? I want to plant an acacia tree. I want to plant an African tree right here, in between these two big ones. I want to plant an acacia tree. I want to talk to the property owner and get it registered as a public park to be maintained, a sanctuary. This is why, like Brian says, I know it's a Truman Show. I know it's a Truman Show, bro. I asked for a shooting star and I got one. This is my 5th or 6th time where I'm at that extremely meaningful moment where I'm transcending into the meaningful experience. And I ask for a shooting star for guidance and then I get one. Or I don't, and then I push harder out of anger and I get one. You heard me? Can a bird please fly from right to left if I can't fail? And that no matter no matter what I do, I will be led in the right direction to have the moments that I've been chosen to have and that I'm supposed to have in this incarnation. Can a bird, just the first bird, fly right to left, please? I mean, I just saw a light go from right to left. I saw a being that lives in the electromagnetic spectrum. Vivek Ramaswamy. I had a one-on-one with Owen personally, and I fucked it up because he was tired, and I was tired. But it wasn't a coaching call, but a one-on-one for $5,000 with a legend. Owen's a living legend, and that's where I want to be. I want to be everything. I want to grow myself up with the greats. And it's going to be really hard if I try to step into the matrix. Yeah, I just went to I imagined myself stepping into the matrix, like going to get a job, and I got like a bird flew right where I was looking, left to right, and now I'm feeling a pain. I'm supposed to be here. I'm overthinking. Can practical baby steps get me there? Can practical baby steps get me there? Birds I've never heard in my life are here. And they're trying to lull me into sleep. You're trying to lull me into sleep. They're trying to lower the vibration of the area. This is a robot bird. That bird just took the high vibrational frequency that I was thinking of my thoughts, and he took it and then he lowered the frequency back down. And now he's surrounding me, And he goes, chirp, chirp, chirp. This is a government drone. This is not... He just screamed at me when I took a step at him. He got louder. He got his tone lowered. He got a little bit more aggressive. And he's trying to project his consciousness at me. Do you hear it? When I do mushrooms and I look around, I have this weird thought that all the birds and animals are cameras. And I'm in a TV show. But this is a good representation of my mind, at least. I need to turn $180 into $5,000 in order to meet my childhood hero before we die and be able to learn all of his skills and inherit all of his superpowers and abilities, which I naturally have, it feels like. But that position can put me in a place where I can glow and shine and be immortalized. Or at least I could have people that understand what I'm saying for once in my life, that have things that can help me. So I'm going to go to sleep, Vivek. I'm so grateful to have you. Without you, I would have had a paranoid schizophrenic break, and I would have not been able to leave and go to McDonald's. I would have been truly alone here if I didn't have your company, Vivek. I gift you spiritual wealth and abundance because I love you. And if I'm out of water, us on the live will spend this last moment together going to get more and coming back. And we're going to talk about experiences that Casey Francis O'Brien wants to have. The first thing he wants is for Heather and Brian to be in abundance. They were spiritual leeches sent to siphon my life force. I wanted God to give them a glorious experience that they deserve. But I'm also upset. I get it. The devil stole my car, this one-of-one Dodge Magnum I was sleeping in that I needed. And I know they only had, I needed $87, and she said she had exactly $87. And she has 3 kids. But I could have told her, like, if you get my car, I have a place to sleep, and I get a job at McDonald's that night and send you the money back, and they didn't. And I lost one of the most meaningful cars, like a God-given car that was stolen by the devil. And you guys are on the holy mission, and you guys left me out in the cold. But you've given me so much money since. If I had saved every penny you gave me, instead of getting McDonald's as a comfort food to survive this biblical war. So I had the emotional wealth to keep going. If I had just suffered and held off and saved the money, I would have everything I wanted by now. So I can see how easy it is. I can see how to get into the minds of, they've given me the tools and the art. I know exactly how to do everything. I just have to do it. It's very challenging. But the first thing to help my cinematic masterpiece of my life that I'm co-creating is that Casey needs to get buff, and there needs to be like a bear involved in a drone. That's what I see, a drone to capture my moment. Of someone that isn't a piece of shit. Someone that can pilot a drone remotely, live streaming. Unless you guys have a better idea, which is just go to Wilmington, get a job, and live out the rest of my days with people that were never my friends. Because if you had friends and you did acid and you got taken by the government and your father tried to kill you and you had to kill your father, got taken by the government perma-tripping and had to survive for years alone inside a system puppeted by what you guys obviously believe is some type of demonic and supernatural force. And I was stuck there alone, and I had to do it alone. My friends would have at least said, hey man, I hope you're all right. But they didn't. But they were young, you know? And what I'm learning is they probably didn't know any better. Because I'm supposed to teach them. You're starting up a wildfire in my heart. Hope it's what you want and not just what you do. You're starting up a wildfire in my heart. Hope it's what you want and not just what you do. You're starting up a wildfire in my heart. Hope it's what you want and not just what you're starting up a wildfire in my heart. Hope it's what you want and not just what you do. I will burn it all to make you feel the love, bitch. I'm a war machine. That's an original. I will burn it all to make you feel the truth, bitch. I'm a war machine. You're starting up a wild, starting up a wildfire in my. Hope it's what you want, not just what you do. I can feel my mentor's soul. I can feel my mentor's teachings. I can feel his spirit, his presence, judging and guiding. He's attached to me now, and he's negative. Why is he negative? Why is he negative? Don't you understand? You're fucking fat, Owen. Don't you understand? You're fucking fat, Owen. Your son is one of the best in the world, bruh. Why are you talking like a soulless automaton? You're starting to pull out. Hope it's what you want and not just what you do. I love everyone, man. But when the time came and the people I loved showed up, I was bitter. And I scared them away instead of playing a character. Because I'm confused. I need to get huge. Oh shit, they asked me. The stars aligned and they asked me earlier. They gave me two options to either be like a sad rich man in a Challenger wearing black and red clothes, or to be a giant buff, long-haired, happy, green embodiment of nature. The wild man, sitting on top of Mount Mansfield. And I chose that one because I didn't seem less compressed. I seemed happier. I was just as happy in both because I understood I was playing a character. And that I am something far away exalted from that. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down? I know you heard me. What would I say to girls? See, that's why I have to be quiet and methodical. When I just rant like this and I spew at you, I'm not being Casey to his fullest extent. This isn't Casey utilizing his knowledge. This is Casey complaining. But here's something. I'll tell you a story. So my dad and I went to get breakfast. I had gotten out of the retreat. I think I was in a foster home now. My dad hadn't seen me in a couple years. He didn't get to see the evolution of Casey as an adult. The last thing he saw was a crying child begging for his Xbox, afraid and on acid, after working. Okay, I have to go. But a pretty girl showed up. I said, "Are you cool?" And she was like, "What?" I said, "Are you cool?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, hi, my name's Casey O'Brien. My name's Casey. This is my dad, Gary." But I said it differently. I said it cool. I said, "My name's Casey. This is Gary. It's nice to meet you. How do you like working here?" Whatever. We ordered what we wanted. My dad got a chance to speak. I led him through the interaction. Then, when she gave us the receipt, I folded it into a rose and I left it for her with my phone number. And she called me, and then she tried to drain my spiritual energy when I was drunk, and they tried to convince one of my fake friends that betrayed me tried to convince me I was gay. And then I fucked the shit out of that girl while her boyfriend, her simpy incel boyfriend named Roman, like Rome, like Evolution Daily Spartan, the guy that left me in the Miami, Rome, like the people that hurt me have Roman names. I fucked his bitch. And then I went to the bathroom and he came home. And then I just walked back into the room after piping his girlfriend. And I was like, "Okay, good to see you, goodbye," right in front of him. And then I definitely got karma for it. But I understand love with a different level of gratitude and humility. And I'm more capable than I was before. At respecting love. And I'm ready to integrate the two and become the best version of myself. I hope we don't die. Please show love and support. I love and support you the best I can. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Casey Francis O'Brien.